there was that sense of incredible expansiveness. This was the last territory of an American wilderness where you could find a whole abandoned loft in New York City for $60 a month. Sorry, everybody, but that's no one wanted these spaces. And the women taught each other how to put in pipes so you could have a toilet, or we built showers out of cement blocks and weird stuff, and took water from the neighboring building. We learned how to do that. We learned how to wire our electricity and our gas from the neighboring building. And women taught each other, how to drill through brick and concrete walls into these the functional sweatshops, and people would only be there during the day, and we lived there the whole time, but we were completely illegal, and it was an immense adventure. You had to do everything.
It was amazing. It's really hard to explain to people how different it was. This loft was totally unsafe when we moved in here. I mean, it had hot live wires running along the floor.
Yes, what was it, AC, DC? What kind of current was it? DC.
Oh, the current.
It was DC current for the machines, the sewing machines. So it sparked. It was very scary.
So when did you and I meet? The first time? I mean, I was thinking about this, and the only thing I could remember is a goddess symposium that we had, that AIR sponsored, and it was held here in my loft, in this very room. And we were showing slides, and I showed a slide of one of my a little painting of a goddess figure with snakes all over it. And when I showed this slide, you stood up in the audience and said, "I do that too." What I was really interested in was it was the three aspects. The aspect of claiming my own body, not in the sexual way that you dealt with it, but claiming it as something that I could identify, define, and enjoy my own body by my own definitions, and not by the definitions that were imposed upon me by a patriarchal culture.
Yeah.
So that was one of my main thrusts, and then certainly the delving into the sacred. In terms of contemporary psyche, though, in terms of feminism, how would a sacred practice affect the feminist movement, and how would that feel and look and manifest itself? And what were the political ramifications? Because the political was really what I was after. The politics of the body, the politics of the sacred, the politics of identity. Those are the three areas that I was really focusing on. And once I had taken some of the photographs, I began to, not the later group with the cloth on, but the early things that I did in the early 70s with my naked body, I then drew on top of those. And so I could use the same photograph over and over and over again, because I was able to draw a different identity, a different intent, even if it was the same body there. And then that was a very freeing thing, and I think it was a unique contribution that I made that other people still have not done with that kind of body work, to be able to explore it in many different ways.
But in just 20, 25 years, to unearth all this suppressed energy and motion that takes us back, it's not just recreating a gynocratic sense of model. It's touching on really deep, unconscious, and formal qualities that have to do with the paranormal, with the invisible, with the unconscious, with the vitality of nature, and all these forces that overdetermined masculinity has tried to suppress or control. So we were really, you were staring a huge area that had been closed off. It's truly a Pandora's box, and Main Dieta comes into it, and Wilkie, and of course, the actionismus. There's the male approach of the defiled, disgusting, foul body, how close and how deeply they can enter that, which is part of a sort of a counter energy. And curious that it all happens at this moment in time.